Action Comics 1086, G. Willow Wilson writing with Gavin Guidry on the art. So I was surprised to learn this was only a two-parter when I was talking to
Me too.
Well, I found out last week because I found this out when I was talking to Connor, because the Mark Waid Superboy stuff is starting next month.
Right.
So seemingly, because all of this Superstars and Action Comics stuff has all been 3 issues each, barring the big long 12-issue one from Mark Waid. I just assumed this was 3, but obviously, I'm glad it was only 2 though, because it wasn't very good. But that's
it was. Man, it felt very mailed in, and I don't care about Kilgore. Like, we have Cyborg Superman. They have a lot of crossover with the wanting to turn the world into machines type deal. And I was like, man, this is kind of boring. You did get orcas with cybernetics though. That was kind of cool. But who's gonna go take those? Superman's gonna go get those off of them.
Yeah, it's a male. That's a male plus. I don't think the art. I don't love the art. Right. I think it's a little too like smooth faced for my taste. And then yeah, the Kilgore stuff. Like, we spend a lot of this issue with Kilgore just monologuing about his plans and that this new tech world order is coming. There's a bit of a fight. Like you say, the Orcas come out with the cybernetic stuff on top. Like it's really just enough. It really does feel like a fill-in two-parter because there's nothing really that meaningful that comes out of it. Arguably the most. No, but
yeah, go ahead.
I was gonna say arguably the most interesting thing about it is probably the scene with Lois at the end. But even that, like, there was still some weirdness to it. For me, where that final page where he's kind of hugging her while she's still standing up, like there's something really weird about the vibe of that page to me. Like I get what it's going for, but maybe it's just the art or something. But it just feels kind of strange. I don't know.
It does. That's when I've had a panic attack and I need somebody. That's how I have done. But there was a bit of some of the stuff that G. Willow Wilson's doing in Poison Ivy about how these, how technology is speeding up the death of the world, right? Because one of Kilgore's things he wants to do is melt this ice up in the Arctic, so then there's an easier shipping lane for commerce. And if Superman just lets him do what he needs to do, right? So it's stuff that if you're reading Poison Ivy, you're kind of familiar with. He monologues a good chunk of it, and there's not a lot of action because a lot of the tension comes from Kilgore being able to know Superman's move because he studied him or whatever, right? Because he's an AI. And so Superman just kind of stands there and lets a monologue, which does not make for an exciting read.
Yeah, it's just even what he's monologuing about though just isn't that interesting right now. Not the idea of tackling climate change and like villains try to speed it up isn't like, I'm not saying that's a bad idea in general. I just don't think a 2-issue Kilgore story was going to be the thing that was going to set it on fire. Especially since, like, see if it was more thematically in the first part of it, maybe it'd have felt okay. But I certainly don't remember it being like. I mean, I know the scientists were doing stuff to do with like climate change, I think, but it wasn't like a big thing. I feel like they saved Kilgore for too late in the first part, so we had to do all of the Kilgore monologuing and what he's up to in this one, and it just kind of felt a bit of a dud.
Which is why I was shocked when it was only 2 issues, because that felt like it was paced for 3. The
first one, yeah.
Because we got 2 out, so but yeah, like again, the orcas that come up through the ice, I mean, that part was pretty cool. The rest of it though, I'm just like the scientist pointing out that Clark always misses Superman, I thought was kind of funny. But that's just typical Superman storytelling. So yeah, I wish it was better. And I'm excited for the Superboy stuff. I like that type of Superman for Wade. So but I'm kind of glad the Superstars thing is over.
Yeah,
as well. I like some consistency back for action.
Yeah, I was never in love with the idea of the Superstars rotating teams. Like, I'd rather just have a run. I'm not like thrilled about the Superboy stuff because it's not my thing really. But I at least hope that Wade's got like an overall thing that he wants to do. If it feels like his World's Finest book though, and it's just throwing different things at young Superboy, I'm probably going to get frustrated with it. But we'll see how it is. Well, we can't judge that until it comes. Yeah, I really don't have much to say about this. It was just kind of an book for me. What are you giving Action Comics, Matt?
Shoot. Let's give this a 5.5.
Yeah, I was thinking 5. It was such a mid thing to me.